Good evening, Raider Nation. This is the UK Commish, Ollie the writer. Thank you for tuning in. It is Victory Monday. We faced off against the Tony. I could see you mocking me. Faced off with the Browns on Sunday night. As always, joined by a fantastic team. Good evening, Mitchell.
Hello, how are we going?
No, all good, all good. That would be all the fantastic team is, because now we'll bring Tony in. Go down the bottom tonight.
Evening all.
Down the bottom for that mockery. No, it's all right. I'm not going to forget about Mitch and his defecting, so he can go back down the bottom.
Fair enough.
Good evening, everyone in the chats and the comments. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's give us a go, Raiders, if you are here in the chat. Good evening, Kev. Good evening, Stevie. Evening, Matt. See you joining us all on Facebooks. Please, just a final, well, probably not a final, just a little plug. Please head over to the YouTubes and find us, Silver and Black UK, and give us a subscribe and ring that bell. Evening, Kenny. I wonder if we got Dale, Golden Commenter from Saturday, in the chat.
Dale did tell me he was going to join us and give us some more great content to react to. Because I told him, this show is not just about us three ugly mugs, it's audience.
Yep. And we've got Peter's joined us as well. And strangely, we've just had another device that's joined us. I think we might be getting hacked. Someone's trying to join us avidly to try and join us as a video.
It's me. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's you.
I'm in the hotel room. I'm on my phone. I can't read the chat, so I thought, right, I'm gonna have to get it off my work laptop. Say hello to people. Engage. All the fun stuff.
Cool. All right. So I'll do the intro and then we'll go.
Cool.
Boom. So played the Browns. I did unmute myself. Played the Browns. What looked very reassuring. I'm sure we'll come on to it. Final score 16-6. Pretty low scoring affair. Good news is we all predicted correctly. No one defected. I think we said it was going to be an interesting day for kickers. Interesting day indeed. With some no points. No points.
No far. I got my hot takes wrong. I mean, I called AJ getting a punt inside the 5, and he didn't. I called him missing one.
Points to Jed for saying 10 points. It was Jed.
Did he give us a score, though?
I don't think he gave a score. Oh, no, you're pushing for a score.
All about scores in this game.
Okay, well, so we know they don't tell the full story, but let's throw some stats up because it wasn't. I actually thought it was a great game of football.
I think I'm not the only person who did.
Nah, it was. I thought it was a real kind of old school type of football, and so we went on points. Obviously, that's how you win. Passing yards.
Not this newfangled football where you win by the scoring.
No participation trophies here. Passing yards, obviously, slightly lacking, but you know what? Weather-wise, not surprised.
Out there. The only reason they're beating us on passing yards is because of their final drive.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Yeah.
Rushing, wiped the floor with them because that was about the only thing you could do in that weather. So unpredictable. Penalties wise, well, no one ejected this week. Bonus.
Like another game that we'll get to.
Also, no apologies issued from the NFL. So not going to go there too far. Time of possession, right? So this is the absolute key. We smashed them to pieces. It was, and I thought it was an interesting game because it was such a chess game out there. It was real. It wasn't. I know it sounds bad. I love to see players make big, fantastic plays and everything. But this was just pure chess out on a gridiron.
It was a beatdown. It was a massive beatdown. And top commentator of the week, Dale, just said it again at the same time as you. Time of possession was key, and I agree. It was a sloppy game. Not in terms of not looking after the football and not being able to convert anything. I think we did excellent. I mean, I think we both, all of us, called having multiple fumbles, and we had one, which we recovered. So I think it was a very, very well executed game. We knew it was cold. We knew the weather was bad, so we just came in, literally punched them in the mouth, and went home.
Yeah, I know the weather was a factor, but I mean, Browns, Raiders, old school punch them in the mouth football. Who knew?
That's the thing that I love to see. Right, when you go to a team where we got to put points up, we went there and we put points up against the Chiefs in the way that we had to put points up against them. Then we come to a team which arguably this favored us given the weather, because the weather was huge to how this was game planned and how we had to control the clock. I think even if the weather was fair, I think we still would have seen a heavy run game. That's my personal view. So nice to see that we can adjust game to game. I thought it was a good game. Time of possession. Now, sacks, yards. Another place where, we gave up 2 sacks. This is what ESPN said to me. Said 2 sacks. Bearing in mind we had a last-minute dropout, which maybe I went a bit hard on Trent because I don't know if you saw the lines, but that's pretty bad that happened there. I think that's another doctor that's for the chopping block. Probably not Tony Carroll though.
That's why it happened, because Tony Carroll
exactly
just knocked my camera off by smacking the desk. But how passionate we are about the Tony Carroll and
so 2 sacks on what we've been running with is a makeshift line. So 2 sacks. I'm kind of cool with that.
Ollie, you've been called out.
Who's calling me out?
Yeah, 5 has done you over there. It's true. And none of us spotted it in the pre-show meeting either.
Where?
I'd comment, the quarter box score is missing 3 points from the Browns.
Shit, it is. Oh, that's bad.
Clive, that's 10 points.
Nice spot. Yeah. Screw him. It doesn't matter. It still wouldn't have added to more than 16. So screw him. Yeah, no, and turnovers. That was a crucial turnover at a crucial time. So that's my stats overview. Should we go a bit more in depth?
Did we possibly find out last night that Cleveland go as Myles Garrett goes?
Ooh.
There's a question for you. What was it? 33 out of 72 snaps Myles Garrett got and was carrying a knee injury.
He didn't play the full game. I don't quite know the stat percentage on his snaps that he took.
33 of 72.
Not a percentage. We'll let that go. No, you know me. You know me and the numbers. Come on. No, but I think there is that a massive case to be argued with that. And then it's the same again with Baker. When he's not up, the whole thing don't do anything. I think they've got 2 playmakers on the other side of the board, and they rely heavily on those 2 people at the 22.
45.8.
Thank you, brother.
Now you can understand what he's saying. Just raw numbers make no sense to you. Just got to make sense. Zebra stats. Well, there was one zebra stat out there which negated 6 points on the board. Some may say. Sorry, some may say. I say with a caveat.
Right, let's get the chat's opinion. Let's go first of all. Henry Ruggs' play. Was it a touchdown? Was it not a touchdown? Let us know while we argue about it.
Well,
yes.
Pete says should have been a touchdown.
Yeah. Ruggs 100% was a touchdown. 100%.
The more I have seen today of photos, the more I know Raider Nation is damn good at Photoshop, because that green between his toe and the side is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. No, I think 100% Ruggs was a TD. I know I was saying on Virtual Tailgate last night it was definitely not a TD, but that was just for comedy value. It 100% was a TD. However, we got away one with Renfro, so all things being equal,
I don't think we got away with one.
No,
Renfro. I think that was legit.
Should we go to the Ruggs one before we get onto the Renfro one? And then the third one that no one's talking about that's baffling my brain.
This one.
Jacobs was the whole ball's over the line, and he was on top of the pile. But no, let's stick on the Ruggs topic for now. Let's not get carried away. The thing with the Ruggs touchdown is I can see why it wasn't given, and had that call gone against us, we would all be sat here now going absolutely mental if that cost us the game. So I can sympathise there. But yeah, that was my caveat, is that whilst that shouldn't have happened, the Josh Jacobs touchdown on, I think it was
the JJ one, that one sitting there scratching my head because he's like a foot into the end zone.
And the irony is that
he went down. There's nothing because he was going backwards with the football.
And the irony is that they called him having stopped forward progression, when in the first or second drive that Cleveland had, Kareem Hunt was stood up at the line and they gave him a good 5 seconds to, get out of it. Really, and he went and got a first down. Yeah, so, man.
Yeah. So let's talk other elements of this game. Now, we'll do this because we do a comparison of the passing. I wish I'd actually queued this up so I don't talk and click. Clearly can't multitask. We do the comparisons of passing. Nice to see, even in the crappy weather, DC still took a shot. But when we looked at the passing routes, a lot of the stuff was kind of outbreaking stuff. Still short game. It was all about we just saw a pure West Coast game out there. It was. I thought you were telling me to stop there, Tony. Stop. No, don't do
No, I'm scratching my palm. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Is it right or the left? You got to give money to someone.
The right palm. I don't know what that one is.
Not the wrong one. Okay. So yeah, passing wise, it was just a total possession game. So this one, I'm going to give it to DC. Like, crap weather, still pretty high completion ratio, all about chipping away at them. Wow, Tony, you look like angry tonight.
Kenny's comments got me.
Yeah, you look angry, man.
Sorry, man.
Kenny's comments resonating with me.
Better?
Oh, he's happy now. He's happy. So yeah, but passing wise, I think it was a nice game. Then any other comments on that before I move on?
I mean, it's not in the passing game, but like I said, Kenny's comment has me resonating with that completely. I love the option play we gave to Derek.
Well, what did you put y'all? Said passing.
Oh, no, okay. I'll wait for the second.
No,
not ready yet.
I genuinely think that we saw what the weather allowed us to last night, passing Moyes on both sides. It was kind of exactly what you expected, really, wasn't it? No, like I said, shorten the field down. I mean, I think Mayfield had one that looked like it was massively overthrown, didn't he? And we obviously saw the one that looked overthrown to Ruggs. I'm guessing
if
wind was a
Rico was
factor in
active,
that.
he would have caught that. He'd have adjusted, and he'd have.
You reckon?
You reckon?
He wouldn't even have looked. He'd have just gone.
You reckon if Rico Gafford is healthy, he's faster than Ruggs?
Not faster.
Shouldn't have bothered drafting Ruggs then. Shouldn't just have Rico.
Just put Rico in.
No,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So we saw exactly what we thought we see, and this graphic just cracks me up.
Oh look, Kareem Hunt only runs left.
He was waiting for that. I'm bated breath.
But look at JJ. It's like we are just gonna smash him in the mouth, and we're gonna pick on their D line. We just ran pretty much straight at them. We did no significant sweeps or anything like that. We just beat them up. We had to play exactly what we needed to play. The graphic I was looking for was DC's rushing. Because that was cool. DC's showing he can pass. DC's saying he can rush. DC's not showing that he can slide, though.
No, he's not. I said this in the tailgate. I said he needs a baseball player to come in and have a day with him to just be like, this is how you slide.
But the problem is when he had in the past,
he
normally about 3 yards way too early.
Yeah, and he did drop his shoulder at one point, because he needed that the first down yard. But back now I can make my point on that. What did we say in the last show about how JJ is so effective on the outside? Because as we discussed in the tailgate, he's the patient running back who waits for the development to happen, finds the hole and hits it, usually on the outside. His 3 longest runs there were all outside the hash marks. And then, as we've discussed before as well, Booker is the opposite. He doesn't wait for the gap to develop. He just commits to a gap and goes, I'm going through it if you like me or not.
See, that's the thing is Booker ripped off arguably some bigger yardage. What do you get here? You got 8 yards, 11 yards, 10 yards, 5 yards, and 1 in the backfield. Because he doesn't do this. He cuts after the line, whereas JJ likes to cut before the line. He's a little bit more hesitant. Then he hits the hole. I think JJ's almost slowed down a little bit. He was more effective when he didn't slow down. He was more effective.
Yeah, potentially. Where does he sit on yards after contact, though?
He was low. I think he said he was 30th in the NFL before this game. And then as soon as that graphic popped up during the game, I think he broke 2 tackles on the run, like as that graphic was on the screen. I think we laughed about that.
I thought he was quite high at yards after contact this year.
I think last year he was first, wasn't he? Or second. No, I think before this game he was 30th in the NFL, which isn't great.
I think Kev makes a shout here. Booker did it before he started balling, and wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Booker starts balling, and JJ responds. Because genuinely, what game was it when Booker was just ripping it? And I don't think we feed him enough. I was really unsure on the Booker signing, but
Matt's going to take my job soon. He's got the stats there. 4th last season, 30th so far this year.
No, it's just he can Google politely in the background.
But I think I get what you're saying about that. That JJ gets lit up when Booker makes a run. But is that not a defensive? Because Booker doesn't cut the outside. So when they see are they trying to plug the A gap after Booker lets off a run, and that's when JJ is effective on the outside?
There is clearly At the moment, I'm thinking, although we fed JJ, if we fed Booker as much as we fed JJ, I don't know what we'd see. But I think when we put Booker in, we get a different dynamic. We get a real hard hitter, as in he hits the hole fast.
Yeah.
Which is what JJ used to do. So maybe JJ, you need to quit the chats with Mr. Allen. I know that you enjoy them, but I'm actually thinking that they're not paying off in your play style.
There's a stat I'd like to see, which obviously I've not been able to look at. How many times and how many snaps where Booker and JJ have both been in the backfield in like a twin back set? I don't ever recall seeing it, and if I do, I must have been drunk on Fino. But that'd be.
I don't remember seeing that.
That'd be an interesting thing to look at. I know we've got Ingold, who is ideally, the powerhouse blocker, or an option to pass or run with. But it'd be nice to see them both there, just to see how the defensive line and linebackers respond to thinking, hang on a minute, one of them can hit us and one of them is going to wait for us, develop and then run. So how do they defend that? And arguably that could be the way to get Ruggs open and Nelly. Not that they're not getting open.
See, this is where I come back to.
And Gafford.
He doesn't need to go, but he can do it by himself.
I come back to this simple formation.
Boom.
I think we need to see the wishbone out there, man.
Yeah.
Put Ingold on point, put Booker one side, JJ the other. There is not a freaking defense that's going to stop that. Not a defense that's going to stop that.
I could see the formation already. It's going to be the 5-0 lineman. It's going to be Witten and Waller either side, and then it's going to be DC, JJ, Booker, and Ingold behind all of them, or in front of them.
Honestly,
2 tight ends, 2 running backs, and a fullback. That's the most jarring formation.
Chucky, if you're watching, or Greg, if you're watching, please just give us one wishbone play. Like, and if you want to stick Abram in there, I'm not going to be averse to it, but give us one wishbone play, because that is. Like, if it comes down to a 2-point play, right? If we've got a situation like we had with the Saints, where we had to get the 2-point play, Saints of years ago, we had to get 2 points. You got to stick a wishbone out there.
If we spot,
I'll buy that.
There you go.
I'll buy it.
See, Steve Rains, Brit Ball legend, is going, I taught this young Jedi well.
I like Stevie's comment. That's a great talking point on the subject. Special teams is nothing special. And this is another talking point for one of our future matchups, because I heard it on a podcast I was listening to this morning. We play the Dolphins later in the season. I think a left-handed quarterback might throw our very, very vulnerable defense off. But Jakeem Grant had like 2 punt returns, one for like 85 yards and another one for 60 yards. And I don't think our special teams is up for it. So there's a great looking point.
But let's be honest, like, special teams is nothing. We go for fair catch. It feels like every single punt.
Oh, I'm talking on the other side of special teams. Because we saw it.
Nothing special, but do we give anything up? Do we give anything significant up? No. So they're doing their job. The NFL is trying to phase special teams out of this sport.
Oh yeah, but I think there was a kickoff return. I think it was after we scored, where I think they got to about the 35-yard line, and there was one against I want to say the Chiefs, maybe, I'm not sure, but I do remember 2 instances where we had long kickoff returns against us, literally after we scored, which I don't know.
That's fine.
Kicking special teams.
I'm not worried about our offensive. So our punt and our kickoff. I'm not worried about that. We've got legs. I'm not worried about our special teams. When we put field goal out there, we've got, again, leg. We've got good blocking. I don't see it being that leaky. And in terms of the other side of this, so kick return. Well, kick return they don't want in the sport, so that's fine. We'll let them kick it over our head, and we'll fair catch on punts. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. What I am worried about is that We put people like Renfro back there to take punt return.
But he's a starter.
Not cannon fodder. Put someone like Booker back there. Cannon fodder. Dispendable.
If I put Booker back there and he dies, you're going to be fuming. You're going to come on the show next week and go.
I won't. He's a perfect example. If he can catch like that, he's a perfect example of the kind of guy that you want back there. You don't want my little Renfro out there.
Look at that. Dale's got it. Dale's got it in the comments. Look at that. If you get first downs, you remove the sticks, you don't have to punt. Perfect. That's all you need to do.
There's some great comments flying in. Kenny's got it. Renfro's adjustment on that punt in the first half was great, although I was switching a little bit.
Yeah.
And
so, any takeaways from that? Let's talk a topic which he hasn't been bashed tonight, but he might possibly deserve it, or is it noteworthy that we are not bashing him? And that is Gunther, because he's in a hot seat. He came into this game in a hot seat. Why has his name not come up and we're 27 minutes into the stream?
Because he has got a pass from... I don't agree with this. He has been given a pass because they're going to look at the stat sheet and go, we only allowed 6 points. Which, I'm going to go mad now, which is terrible because the Browns have been held to 6 points twice before already this season. 6 points to the Ravens in week 1, and then I think they got held to 7 points against the Steelers. That was without bad weather. Even in bad weather, we're still letting up 6. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think
at least it was 6 points of field goals. I'd say, giving 6 points of field goals is much better than giving up a tutty.
The only thing I can remember about our defense, which actually stopped them, was Joyner's incredible play in the last drive. Apart from that, I don't feel like I ever saw us actively be like, oh my God, we're stopping them. It never felt like we were stopping them. It just felt like they were terrible.
Kwiatkowski.
But I think Paul's...
Kwiatkowski.
Quick done well.
Even though he probably needed longer cleats on the day, he could have done better and got a nice free shot on Baker. But
thing is, what was your score prediction, Rich?
Mine, 2017.
2017. So our defense held 11 points out of what you expected them to get.
I don't know. I feel like it was them being terrible. I don't think we did anything to disrupt them apart from a couple plays.
No, I'll go along with that, I think.
Quick and well, but we were still missing tackles. How many times were we in the tailgate shouting because there were 2 tackles missed? Kareem Hunt had a bit of a day against us.
That's players. That was players.
Yeah, no.
Missing tackles. And it's not like they were in a bad position to make the tackle, and that would be scheme. Those missed tackles yesterday were bad player tackles.
Yeah, what was it? I think it was an instance where Hunt run left, I think, and
did he run left?
He did, yeah. And Littleton whiffed, and then someone, I can't remember.
Eric Harris, I remember that because we were...
Eric Harris whiffed,
Littleton,
all of us like, oh,
God. But I excuse Littleton there, though, because he had a linebacker next to him who kind of ushered him away, but no, Eric Harris was playing open.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But
So,
that comes to the point that, if it takes a third man to actually make the tackle.
There's a comment here, and not so much the comment, it's the mention. Abram, because this is the message. Abram needs to make one good play, one big hit or whatever, and you get in their head. If you then show blitz, even if it doesn't come for the rest of the day, Baker's thinking about it. So just exactly that. Is you just show the chance that Abram's coming and he does his job, and Baker will panic. There's not a QB in this league, maybe Roethlisberger, that's going to come off nicely against that guy. Abrams is a murderer.
Yeah,
I said it at the beginning of the season. he's going to murder someone one day.
We have to do that against Phyllis in a few weeks' time.
Oh,
that's the single biggest way you beat Phyllis is just hit him hard early, and then you've got him for the game.
Abram is, and it feels like there's, we've got Chucky and we've got Mayock, and somewhere Owl's back in the building because we are doing Owl things. Think about it. You must pass the ball deep.
Mm-hmm.
You must, the QB must go down early and hard. Sorry, these quotes are dreadful right now.
Straight out the autobiography that one was.
Yeah, bang. This is like the bootleg copy. But there's certainly a bit of Owl going on out there.
Yeah. While we're on the subject of defense,
we're putting his vision together, and I think Mark said it at the beginning, or maybe I should call him his full name, Mr. Davis, Mark Davis, said it, as his father did before him, and I'm going to screw this quote up and all for you. Right,
the torch is the lowest, is the
the torch
to win.
I hang it through. Wait, I'm just.
While you search for that, I had a point on the defense.
You got an intro for this?
This is just a little thing I thought I wanted to mention. Who's been quietly effective on defense is the practice squad player Chris Smith. He came in against Kansas City and had a sack.
Yeah,
one of 3 there, and we only had one quarterback hit this game, and it was Chris Smith again. And I want to see how many snaps he's had playing for us, because I guarantee his quarterback hit or sack percentage on snaps is highest in the team. Without
do you want how many snaps he's played for us as a percentage?
I mean, I'd like. You know what? I'm not even gonna bite on that.
It didn't need an answer. It didn't need.
But no, you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't. This is the Mo Hurst argument. Mo Hurst was ranked 3rd best pass rusher in week 2 and 3 and 4, and he was still losing out on a job to Malik Collins, who has done positively nothing.
Yeah.
And I mean, we could have kind of excused that because of his health, but now Chris Smith is balling out from the practice squad. It's like, why is he not playing more snaps? I get it.
Right, I've got it, guys. I got it. Thanks for filling the void.
Welcome.
It's been a long day already.
I thought you said it's a quote from Mark Davis.
No. So where I was going with this is a quote from Al, and in Mark, when he opened the Death Star, which I still think should be called the Big Al, he said, and the future is now.
That's too much like the South Park character.
And he said, and the future is now.
Yeah.
So, and that is why I think we have taken that mantra from Al. We're in what Al wanted to see the Raiders have their own home. So we've put exactly his principles out there, and we are showing success with it. And that's what I love to see, because some people just thought Al was a bit crazy, like outside of the Raider organization. They think he's a bit crazy.
And inside, probably.
He was right. Cool.
Yeah. I'll go
Anything more on the Browns game?
We got a dub.
Will you get dub?
No, I said more. We've achieved that. Gone through that one. No,
because we scored more points, right?
Yeah, because we scored more points. It's normally
old school football.
Just making sure the rules.
Cool.
No, unless there's more comments to come in about any more talking points that we might have missed.
Yeah,
we didn't talk about Hunter's touchdown. We were too busy talking Ron Jacobs, but I think that was the touchdown. The floor didn't make the ball move. He had possession before the ball hit the floor. So.
Kev, no, jersey's not getting fixed. Running situation, not getting fixed. It's just just there. Fixed it too many times. That is its look now.
Kenny, Jonathan Abrams, mad pre-game dance. Yeah, 100%. I like that. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I loved his little post-game thing in the camera as well. They said we couldn't win in the cold. I was like,
I think that was him saying,
after Jalen Richard went skipping off the field.
I think that was him saying, I've got my QBs back, because as we pointed out, DC's past would insinuate that he struggles in the cold, when actually he just struggled more in the cold, is actually the truth. But I'm coming round, guys. I'm coming round.
oh, really, man? We've got him. We've got him.
Look,
say it.
I'm not saying it.
Say it.
But I'm calling someone out, because apparently that's what I do now. I'm going to put him on the screen. And I'm going to call him out because
I think I know where this is going. I saw it earlier. Yeah.
Chris, no.
Going in the north
I'm
corner.
coming to DC's back now, because DC's doing a great job out there. He's getting the tools around him. He's got a run game. He's got a line that's partially makeshift in front of him. He's got offensive weapons out there. He's got years in a very, very complex system. That kind of offensive calling coming from Chucky will be one of the most complex schemes that he will ever have to play in.
Say it.
Do we go around the room? Derek Carr is my quarterback.
DC, it's my QB. Say
Derek Carr
Say it.
is the quarterback for my team.
No, they're not the words.
Kenny's joining
Not the
us.
words. They're not the words.
Kenny's in on it as well. Come on, say it. Go on. You know you want to.
Look,
Just try it. Just try it once.
I'll make a deal.
Try it. You might like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You might like
See how
it.
it goes.
I'll make a deal, okay?
Yes, Stevie.
Yes, Stevie.
I'll make a deal. Gets us to the playoffs. Past the first round of the playoffs, I'll say it.
Does that count if we get by?
Oh,
Yes. Yes, it does.
Because that's number one, Steve.
Yes,
but
it
yeah.
does. He is showing the talent and the promise that I believed he had when he joined the team, but then began falling apart. He is now got no excuses. He is in his contract year, and he is balling. I like this mentality. He has got his back up against the wall, and he's come out swinging. I like it, but I'm not going to say it.
say it.
Talking of quarterbacks and playoffs, this will show who's been listening to Murph's podcast. They had a great little section on there. Who was the last Raiders quarterback who we drafted who threw a touchdown in the playoffs?
Oh, I listened to this as well. It's gone now.
Connor Cook.
It's not Connor Cook, who actually, I've got to say, I was really disappointed in. I didn't want DC out.
Because he went in against the Texans in the wildcard game in 2016 because he was injured. And
did he throw I don't remember throwing a touchdown. It was that.
I don't remember doing anything. To be honest. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Matt
Garbage touchdown.
It. Yeah,
I don't care. It's a playoff touchdown.
There was only two other quarterbacks that had thrown touchdowns in the playoffs who we drafted. One of them was way before my day. Yeah.
So,
is that because of the chilies, Dale? By the way, I've just seen Dale's comment down there. Can't get his lips to move. I don't know if that was from the chili weekend.
David, big Connor went to the XFL, didn't they?
Connor Cook, yeah, but he stunk it up there. He
did.
it up there.
A bit like another quarterback we know, Johnny Mansell.
Hey, how you gonna do it? Seriously.
McLaurin was
Seriously.
really
Johnny
Sorry,
Manziel would have flourished.
The fact that you still sit there and refuse to say Derek Carr's your quarterback, yet you'll happily sit there and
I'm just saying he would flourish in this system. We would have to put some pretty strict controls, maybe an ankle bracelet and stuff in place, but he would flourish with Chucky. He has got some crazy weapons. He's just a bit of a clown.
the only way he works is if we go back to the bay and we keep him on Alcatraz between them. That's the only way Manziel works.
No way. I think he'd be worse in the bay.
He'd escape Alcatraz. He'd like walk on water.
Ollie thinks he does work on water.
So we still sit in what is quite a comfortable-ish position in the AFC West because we haven't transferred divisions. So it'd be weird if we sat in a comfortable position in like the NFC East. I think anyone would sit comfortably in the NFC East apart from NFC East teams. So yeah, we were 4-3. I watched the first half of the Chargers Donkeys game last night and went to bed going, wow, the Chargers have got this cooked. Woke up this morning. I don't know what the hell happened down there.
The Chargers. It
doesn't matter. 1 point wins a game.
One solitary point.
The Jokers blew their fourth 11-point plus lead of the season. And they were the last 4 games of play. One of them was against the Jags, where they blew a 16-point lead, but they ended up winning that game. But the other ones, they blew an 11-point lead in week 2, I think, and then they've blown a 16-point lead and then a 21-point lead yesterday.
The thing I saw, without kind of moving off to kind of other games, because this is a radio show, but, this is AFC West.
It's our next
The thing about Herbert is he is quite a talented quarterback. He is a talented quarterback. However, watching that, he didn't give a shit. He was out there just having fun. And I don't mean that in a good way. There's going out there and just having fun on the gridiron. He genuinely looked like he didn't give a shit. For the first half that I watched, granted, I didn't watch the second half, but whenever they cut to him on the sideline, because he was the guy that they were going to show on the sideline for the day, he didn't look like he'd give a damn. Like, he'd go in there, he'd have a successful drive, he'd be like, yeah. And then, he'd have a crap drive and he'd be like, yeah. Nothing changed. He just looked like a moron.
He's got that shoulder vacant look in his face that suggests he doesn't know which shoe goes on what foot. That's what I see when I look at it.
Still got L's and R's in his shoes.
Yeah. And his helmet, so he doesn't wear it, with the cage on the back.
so that's kind of cool. It's like they got a talented quarterback that doesn't give a shit.
The league are. Sorry.
I think the Broncos are
garbage.
Well, yeah, I still don't understand how they beat them. If I'm honest, I don't know how they beat the Pats.
Sorry, I called out Mitch on Saturday. What did you just say?
Maybe we should do this the other way around. When that kind of stuff happens, maybe we should just.
I didn't say anything then at all, and I'm being put in a spot again. Right, my show again then. So we're talking Chargers and Donkeys, or Chokers. Donkeys had 2 first downs, I think it was, before the 4th quarter. So that's absolutely terrible. And the Chokers are going to be, look at Reed's Clive comment, 12-4 next season. I feel like Chokers fans have been saying that for the last 5 years, that next year's their year. Matt's comment is beautiful. Thanks for bringing that up, Ollie. I feel like I've got a producer now. But yeah, Chokers are going 12-4 next year. How many years? Come on, guys.
That's it.
How
That's
many years is it?
Moment of shame over.
Can I ask
How many years have the Chokers fans been saying next year we're going to the playoffs and going to get the Super Bowl? I feel like it's been at least 6 years that I think they're relevant.
Been a while. This is the concern: is they have been rebuilding for so damn long.
Do we want to be the pot or the kettle?
No, I would say we've been rebuilding for 3 years. We were just fucking around for like 2 decades. Just throw that at it, see if that works. Nope. Throw this at it. That doesn't work either. I don't know. Throw that. Anyways, so
question: throw enough shit and that some of it will stick, but
yes.
you've still got a wall covered in shit.
So we will see how much they're rebuilding on Sunday.
The one point I was about to say,
I'm not going to spoil Saturdays, but we've got. I know we were saying, it's a tough run, and then it all lightens up. 3 divisional games, as we've said before, divisional games you play them differently, different scheme, you see different stuff. 3 divisional games back to back. Granted, 2 of them are at home. The final one is
this week's at home as well. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, home in a new setting. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 home.
Second new stadium.
Well, there's no fans in there, so I don't know, but it's still home. I think this is a reasonably tough ask to do 3 divisional games. And then, Dirty Birds. Not even going to talk about that one. I was almost tempted just to take that bottom one off of the left-hand column because as
that
just
bottom one, the closer we get to that game. No, Ollie, don't, because the closer we get to that game, and if that left-hand column stays at 0, the more I get worried.
Yeah, it's got trap game written all over it.
I am, because it's the most Raiders thing to do. We'll be cheering by the end of the next. We'll be cheering by the end of. We do by the end of the next 3 weeks that we're 4-0 in the division and we whitewashed the Super Bowl champions in home and away games, and then we beat the Falcons, and then we go to New York and we give the Jets the first win of the season after beating the Super Bowl champions twice. It's the most Raiders thing that could happen.
Let's just say hypothetically, right? Let's say hypothetically, and this is not my predictions going out here, is that we over the next 4 games we win 2, we lose 2. That's probably just the fairest way that I can do this. So we're going to New York. In December, early December, with a record of 8-7. Oh, can't do maths.
8-7,
6-5. Just
get your fingers out.
What 6 fingers?
It'll be stuff when you get to week 11.
Got a fix for that one.
Yeah, that's a usual joke, but it's a PG joke before 9 o'clock.
Rolling to New York at 8-7, and the Jets go, "What are you doing? We're playing the Vikings this week. What are you doing?"
let's say we rock in there, right? 6-5, and I did get that right this time.
Yeah,
6-5. And they're still sitting at. They're going to have 3 games in because they've got their bye in there, right?
Yeah.
So they're on like 24 losses by that point.
Yeah, somehow, but yeah.
Still think it's a trap? Let's know in the comments what you think. So Kev's saying it's a trap.
Yeah. And then I think the week after is as well, because that Colts defense have been putting up some good numbers in their recent games. They're not.
You know what? I'm seeing this as 3 games against San Diego for the rest of the season.
Just seen Stevie's comment. Definitely, Abacus largely underappreciated.
Not a caveman. Always got Look, like on my keyboard, it's got calculator button. It's like pretty much worn out. Just use it all day. It's all good. I don't need to do maths in your head. It's just useless.
So the big question is, what is the date of that Jets game? And is it after a lockdown? I think it probably is, isn't it?
The way our country is going.
They're lockdown. Who's locked down?
It'll be December the 6th.
The UK wide lockdown.
It'll be December the 6th.
Wait, where are you going with this? You know that this game is still played in New York, right?
Ollie's going to start walking. He's going to start walking now.
It's New York.
He's going to start. He's going to start swimming now. And
so if you get on a flight real freaking quick, yeah, you can make it. Is the news.
Where I'm going with it is one of my friends that comes around on a Sunday night to watch the NFL and has done for years is an avid Jets fan.
Right.
And I'm just hoping it's post-lockdown so that he can actually still come around on a Sunday night and we can play the Jets and hopefully...
Because you don't believe it's a trap game.
I didn't know we had a relevant news yet.
No. He just wants to be able to brag.
Oh, dear. No, yeah, that's in December, which we're going to still be in lockdown. We're not going to turn into the politics show, but yeah.
Thanks for the correction, Peter.
I thought he was looking for a...
I'm going to sleep better tonight knowing that.
Impromptu MMU.
Oh, worry. I'm loving optimism. MMU for the day after.
That's what I was thinking.
I am loving the sound of that. For those that are not members or not been members for long, we have things called MMUs. I can do letters, not numbers. That stands for some member meetups. That's the one. Work for an American company. There's so many acronyms. MMU. This is where we bring Raider Nation together, regardless if you're a member or not. You're welcome to join us, and we do them up and down the country, and hopefully we'll be doing them across Europe soon. Paul, I'll be honest, I think there's more chance of me saying that there's a certain player for our team that would be my quarterback before the end of the season than actually that MMU going ahead. Sadly. But yeah, we'll get one. You could join the virtual tailgate if you want to join in on something kind of resembling an MMU.
I think if Boris was to lift the lockdown at the start of December and then we're allowed to mix households on tables of 6 and we can get together for the Jets game, I think we need a podium with a microphone for Ollie to stand up and finally admit who he's called live and in person.
Kenny Blair's got it right. Peterman's my quarterback.
As if he said it first.
I can't believe you said that. That's
no, legit. I know why he's still on the roster, and he's just he is a project. Wow, he's gone. Anyways, so you guys didn't answer. You reckon it's a trap?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I do.
The thing. I think if the Jets haven't won a game by that point, it will be a trap. If they have won a game, then I think they'll be eager to get back to losing so they can try and get.
Yeah, if there's anything on that schedule that says trap game, it's the Jets, and we've got form against them as well. So
yeah, no, I get where you're coming from on it, but I almost think that they've really gone full hog into this tanking. Which, incidentally, I have got to say, go to tankfortrevor.com. You will not regret it. It's funny.
Is that your latest website, is it?
No, I'm nothing to do with this. Tank for Trevor. Just the word for, F-O-R. Tankfortrevor.com. There we go. Mitch has gone to it. It's humorous. It's a good one. Don't tell him, Mitch.
That was probably the best 99 cents that anyone's purchased.
It is a winner. I'm not getting any ad revenue off of like what happens there.
Steve, I'm going to lose battery soon, but Stevie made a great point there. Dolphins could be very, very trappy, and like I said, I agree. I think
That's where I think the trap is.
I don't think that we can't deal with right-handed quarterbacks. I feel like we'd get there and it'd be like 11 days in headlights because they just won't know how to deal with a left-handed quarterback, and Paul Guns would probably just implode with,
Yeah. So, then we got San Diego Colts, and then we got the Bolts. Then I think we got the trap, and then freaking finished in the season in Mile High and about 3 foot of snow on the undefined date game.
We played Denver the last game of last season, and we missed a 2-point conversion to win the game. And because of that 2-point conversion, we're now playing the Colts instead of the Steelers. For the best missed 2-point conversion that anyone's ever had.
Yeah.
Let's not forget we have gone up to Mile High in snow before and produced some good football.
They coming the Colts now.
Yeah. But
I think was it Doug Gabriel one-handed catch in the back of the end zone before the snow angel, or was it Ronald Curry? Can't remember which. Doug Gabriel, I think.
Yeah, I have to go back. But I think to me the trap is Dolphins, not the Jets. We've got form on the Jets. Don't get me wrong, but Dolphins. That's the team that they're 4-3 right now, but really if you told us that they were like doing some maths here, 1-6, you would say that their form is a kind of 1-6 team. But Chua's turning it around down there.
Sorry, just to respond to Dale's comment.
Where is he?
Yeah, is that question to? There you go. Who was our QB? What for the snow game, with the one-handed catch? I believe it was Kerry Collins.
Ooh, coming up with a pub quiz question.
My gosh, did I hate that guy? Him and North Turner.
Oh. North Turner looked like the buzzard off of Bugs Bunny.
I don't know. I think he looked like he put your face mask thing on back to front. For anyone that stayed for episode 10.1. If you didn't stay for 10.1, head to the YouTubes. Go and look at episode 10.
How does it go?
Find episode 10.1.
T's and P's to the hood. T's and P's to the hood.
Yeah.
Let's not go through the predictions for the rest of the season, but I think it's interesting. Strength of schedule wise, they brought up a graphic on Sunday that said the Chargers are going to have not Chargers, Chiefs have got the easiest schedule going on out here. But as we said before, if you're a winning team from previous years, strength of schedule shows more positively. But I think it's a good season. Good season going on out.
That was a very nice impromptu schedule review. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, thought we'd throw it in there.
Can I ask an irrelevant question?
You are Mr. Irrelevant. So
I'm Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah, so just for funsies. Just for funsies. Let's have a prediction of the best record that's going to come out of the NFC East this year. Who's going to win the NFC East and go to the playoffs?
We're going to have to go to
the division winner with got to be the worst record in history.
So I actually went through this today with one of my mates in Dallas.
Right.
And
7-8-1 Panthers 2010. Was that the worst one? I think because I looked at this the other week as well.
Oh, did you?
I think it was the worst playoff record was the 7-8-1 Panthers in 2010. I think
being beaten this year.
We had seen that we went through it. He is a Cowboys fan. And we went through every team, and I think we ended up with the Eagles at 7-9.
Yeah,
like looking at their schedule as well, we think they're going to win that at 7-9. That's just terrible. That's just a waste of a playoff spot.
Do you really think that any team in that division gets to 7 wins?
Well, that's a best case scenario. They might drop something after that.
I mean,
so that honestly, if you're not 8-8, you don't belong there. I don't care what the structure is. You don't belong there.
What, in the playoffs?
Yeah.
8-8
in the NFL, I think.
eight and eight at the stretch. I think. I mean,
exactly. There's got to be this rule that says like if you got an 8 and 8 or worse, your division is not represented.
There was a stat early in the season, and I think it was that the NFC East teams combined for a record of 2-15, but the only 2 wins that were there were from inside the division.
So
It's
sad.
Embarrassing.
Sorry state. Anyways, that was our around the league.
Yeah.
Tony,
there's a point that's just been brought.
So sorry, we didn't actually respond on that. So I'll just quickly go. I'm going to say it's going to be the Eagles at 7 and 9.
Yeah, I'm literally on the same boat, 7 and 9, and yeah. Part of me wants it to be worse. Part of me wants it just to see how bad it can be.
From a comedy factor, right? From a comedy
For
factor.
a pure comedy factor, the number 2 seed in the NFC East. I think people will be like, I don't know. I mean, obviously you can't beat a bye week, but you've essentially got 2 bye weeks still in NFC.
Yeah.
This is where it comes around to February and like the Eagles are in playoffs again.
I think the football team do it.
You reckon the football team do it?
I think the football team do
it.
They've
got under centre these days.
You are?
Who have they got under centre? Is Alex held the job?
No,
it's the old Kyle Allen, the old Panthers quarterback.
No, I think Washington do it, and I think they do it with a 5-11 record. I know.
Hang on a minute.
That would be a travesty. Honestly,
it really would.
We need to start a change.org petition or something. That is not acceptable.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 6 and 10. Then there you go. 6 and 10.
It's a shame that you can only relocate to cities rather than relocate to a conference, because I think we've put our paperwork in now. Like, can we move to the NFC East, please?
See Seattle for details.
Something will change. I think the playoff structure. Well, the playoff structure will change when they expand the teams. When London gets a franchise, which maybe we'll break that out to another one because London's getting a franchise, and I think Berlin or somewhere like that will too as well at the same time. And they'll take them away from Jacksonville and LA, and they'll merge the 2 LA teams.
That's what I think will happen. LA teams merge, London comes in. Yeah. But
those LA teams, they're both the same colour shades now.
I think the only problem.
Sorry.
The problem with the whole restructuring playoff, because teams are terrible, is the fact that it kind of, if that was to happen, then it completely just makes the whole division thing pointless, conference thing pointless.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you're right. It does completely.
So yeah,
and that's why I think there'll be 2 teams in Europe, possibly even 4.
Which goes back to the point I made in the tailgate, which is a great point. It really bothers me that the structure of the
not so modern. I made this point, and it was great.
It was a great point, because I feel like the way the fixtures are done at the minute, like we said, you play a different division each year from the opposite conference, so which is fine with 4 games. But I think it'd be a lot more effective if, as opposed to playing a whole division each year, you just play everyone who finished the same as you, like we do on the AFC. Because in the AFC, you play everyone that finished the same position as you. If we finish 3rd, we play everyone else who's 3rd. So we should play everyone who finishes 3rd in the NFC rather than just switching divisions every year.
Do you know what, Mitch? That's a great point.
Thank you, buddy. Because someone's playing the NFC East this year, and I'm pissed it's not us, because there's 4 wins.
Still, okay, we've gone.
Thank you, Stevie. I know someone would believe me. It's a good point. I might write a letter to Roger.
Maybe we should just do a complete tinfoil hat episode, just like a midweek or something. We should have done it in the bye week. Just gone full tinfoil hat moment,
conspiracy hot takes.
Yeah. What are the craziest things we've ever heard, or have happened, or that we think might happen?
Just blown my mind with that stat.
Where? What? Huh?
Jed's comment.
It doesn't come through on my chat. You got to be actually.
Wow, really?
Jed said the NFC East remains the only division where all teams have won a Super Bowl.
But won't win one in 2020.
I know, but
Well, you wouldn't win.
Is that
no,
true?
that's already happened. I don't know. Someone sense check Jed's stat. If not, Jed,
I'm
That's
not
incredible.
questioning you, but I think he's right.
I think he's right. You know.
The only
He's
reason I ask is that right is because it's so difficult to believe. But I
They've not all been garbage
Possible.
teams all the time.
no. I mean, you're
Right.
looking there. There is good pedigree in there.
Yeah.
Was not his.
Well, was yeah, sorry.
Careful choice of tense there.
Cool. We've kind of gone some league news. We've really gone off on one here.
Yeah.
Let us know if there's any appetite for just an impromptu tinfoil. We'll call it a tinfoil episode. Might make a series of it if it goes well. Or if you want to see any other types of series, episodes, or themes or topics. Or Mitch's Magic Corner.
Which is Magic Corner. Oh,
Yeah, Mitch's Magic Corner.
it's sorcery.
It's near the naughty step that he gets put on frequently.
Magic
I'm not-
pitch.
It was going to be a short one tonight. It was going to be like,
It was?
yeah, we beat the Browns, much like the scoreline. Just a short one. But
We spent an hour and 7 minutes talking about how we scored 16 points.
well, to be honest, I think we spent about 20 minutes doing that, and then
Well,
moved on
yeah,
to
to be honest.
honest.
Yeah, please
But
do
any
now, boys, though.
Yeah, any closing comments? I've had my dinner, so I'm not in a rush to get off tonight. Any closing
Well,
comments?
No, I'm good.
Could do coin
Card
magic.
tricks? Yeah, we could do a card trick.
I can do a
Dunno.
card trick.
Tony looks like the kind of person that knows like an opulent amount of card tricks. And he would have his silver and black UK deck of cards in arm's reach.
They're not quite in arm's reach, but they are very close.
Okay. Do you have any card tricks?
Would
No?
you like me to? No. I've not done card tricks for many a year.
Oh, you let me
But you
down.
are. But you are right.
Have you got? Oh, well, you're gonna have to cue that one up.
No.
You're gonna have Tony's irrelevant news, which Matt, no, unfortunately, Tony's irrelevant news is for Saturday's episodes. How to frame a jersey with me? Pretty crap episode because I'm not teaching anyone how to do that because I'm not very good at it.
To make cigarettes disappear, that'd be a good little
You
trick.
just lick your nail and you stick it on there, and you just see. I know this one.
Ruin it.
Yeah, I ruined it. You know, Santa doesn't exist, right? And the Tooth Fairy is a crock of bollocks. Yeah,
Wow, that was a bitter end
Bambi.
to what was a very good show.
Bambi tasted damn good. Rock and roll. Okay, no Tony's irrelevant news, but we will have Tony's card trick corner as well.
No.
It's just going to be the Tony show. Tony. Mitch gets kicked off. Tony.
No. No card tricks. No card tricks from me. No.
No. Okay. Right.
Can you do coin magic? Ollie, can you do coin magic?
I can do coin magic.
You can do coin magic.
Don't know, but I
I
can
don't
probably do a 100 coin pickup.
Ooh, I can do coin magic.
Let me go get my car keys.
Doesn't work like that. Anyways, any votes for an episode 11.1? Because I'd like to just go clean out this time.
Hotel bar shuts in 42 minutes.
Okay, you better scoot. You mean you didn't order room service tonight? Tony, any closing comments from you?
No, it's been emotional.
It's been emotional. Guys, thank you again for joining in on the chat. Otherwise, it would be three fools just sitting talking to ourselves. So appreciate everyone joining in on the chat, joining in on the banter, joining in on the discussion. Always good fun. Look forward to seeing you on the game day threads. If not on the virtual tailgate, If you've got issues getting into the virtual tailgate, give me a holler. But other than that, look forward to seeing you guys Saturday at 8 UK, 12 Pacific. If the clocks have changed in the US, I think they have.
They have.
Thanks again for joining. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
See you guys. Thanks.
Ah, no.